Welcome back to part 3 of Module 5, Lesson 1, Roots. We are on Example 7, which deals with cubed roots of negative numbers, and I think you're going to find this is pretty stinking easy too. Here we're looking for the cubed root of negative 27. First thing we know is an odd root with an odd number under the radical. That means yes, we can have it, and our solution is going to be negative as well. So from there we're going to take and move forward to the next slide. In order to simplify the cubed root of negative 27, you need to determine what number is multiplied 3 times to equal negative 27, and they've even given it to us here. That's going to be negative 3 cubed, because negative 3 times negative 3, that's positive 9, and positive 9 times negative 3, that's going to be negative 27. Just like a lot of the problems we work, it's going to work the same way. So your answer, negative 3. Check it. Easy math. Good talk about it here. What's the difference between a cubed root of a negative number and a square root of a negative number? Well, you can have a cubed root of a negative number. That's not a big deal. But a square root of a negative number, that's always going to be an imaginary number. All right, it's your turn. What number times itself 3 times is going to equal to negative 64? Go ahead and do that one. Did you figure out the answer? It's going to be negative 4, because a negative 4 cubed is equal to a negative 4 times a negative 4 times a negative 4. Negative 4 times negative 4, that's positive 16, and positive 16 times negative 4, that's going to be a negative 64, so the negative cubed root of 64 is going to be a negative 4. Jump back over here, find our place to type it in. Negative 4 will give us a happy sound. Indeed it does. Now example 8 is getting all wordy on us. Dylan has a planter in the shape of a cube. See, it is a cube right here that holds 15.625, otherwise known as 125 over 8, because everybody knows that, cubic feet of potting soil. Solve the equation s cubed is equal to 125 over 8 to find the length of the side s of the container, and check your solution. So the first thing we need to do here is we need to take and write the equation in the form of x to cubed is equal to p. Now previously we did x squared is equal to it, but since we're dealing with cubed, we're going to have x cubed is equal to it, or they chose to do s cubed is equal to 125 over 8. So we had to figure out what number times itself 3 times equals 125, what number times itself 3 times is equal to 8. And of course that answer is going to be, well, you got to show your work, show where you're taking the cubed root of both sides. If you do it on the left, you have to do it on the right. And from there, the cubed root of 125 is 5, because 5 times 5 is 25, times 5 is 125. The cubed root of 8 is 2, because 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8. And of course, 5 over 2, that's the same thing as saying 2 1/2. And you could take, therefore, and say each side of the container is 2 1/2 feet, but I'm not going to type that in there. Now once again, it's going to be your turn to find the cubed root of this problem. An aquarium in the shape of a cube that holds 25 gallons of water has a volume of 3.375 cubic feet. S cubed is equal to 3.375. Find the length S of one side of the aquarium. Now here's the deal. 3.375, can you figure that one out as a fraction? Neither can I. So this is a place where we're just going to cheat. I'm not going to expect y'all to do this one on your own. I'm going to jump on up here and I'm going to grab myself a little pocket Satan. And I'm going to say in my pocket Satan that that is not good enough. I'm going to change it to the scientific mode. That is a scientific mode. Alright, I found it. I'm going to push my second button, and then you see here where you've got the y to the x. It's probably hard for y'all to see on your iPads, but that is the y root of x. So I'm going to take, and the root I need is going to be 3.375, And I'm going to hit that button, and then what root do I need? Well, the y value is going to be 3, and that's going to give me 1.5. So the answer would be 1.5 feet. Check the answer, and the answer checks. I'm not sure why they gave you a problem to do on your own that required a calculator when they didn't teach you how to do that. I do want to go back one more time and show you how that worked. I took the number that I had, 3.375. I hit the second button on my calculator, and that brought up the y root of x right here, where y is going to be the 3 and the x is going to be the 3.375. I hit that button, I hit the root that I want, which I want a third root, and I hit equal, and that gives me the answer. And now it is time for us to do an apply problem. A bulletin board consists of 4 equal-sized cork squares, that square part's important, arranged in a row to form a rectangle. The total area of the 4 cork squares is 36 feet. What is the length in feet of the cork board? Alright, that's not going to be that hard to figure out. We're going to start off by taking and acknowledging that all 4 of these combined is equal to 36 feet. So that's going to be pretty important, and that is where I'm going to start when I work my problem. Find some clean real estate here. Come on, baby. Oh, there it works. And we're going to take and start off by recognizing the fact that all 4 squares combined is 36. So if I took 36 and divided it by 4, that's going to give me 9. And 9 feet squared would be the area of just one board. And now I can say, well, that one board is going to be a square, so the side squared is equal to 9 square feet. That would be the area of the board. And to find out what one side length is, all I have to do is take the square root of both sides. The square root of s squared is going to be s. Now we know this one has to be a positive one. You can't have a negative distance, so the square root of 9, that's going to become a positive 3. From there, I'm jumping back over to my picture, and I'm going to acknowledge the fact that each one of these side sections is going to be 3. So I have 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, and 30. So my final answer, that's going to be a real simple 30 feet long. Hit the check, and it said I'm wrong. Duh. I found the perimeter. It didn't want the perimeter. It wanted to know how long it was. So the length is going to be 3, 6, 9, 12. So now, helps if you read the question, boys and girls. Check it again, and we get the happy sound. With that, it's time for you guys to start doing your homework assignment. Make sure you're giving me good supporting work like I've shown you on these problems so that you can get good credit for it when you turn it in. See you in class tomorrow.